the launch of the formal political dialogue between the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe and the EU, the European Union. After 3 years of useful and very constructive informal exchanges between our two sides, I'm delighted that our principals have given us the mandate to take the Zimbabwe-EU relations to the next level through engaging in a formal dialogue under Article 8 of the Cotonou Partnership Agreement. I wish to thank His Excellency President Edi Mnangagwa, who has given us his blessings and guidance for the launch of this dialogue. I also thank my Minister, Honorable Dr. S.B. Moyo, whose support and wisdom we will continue to seek for our future engagements. Allow me to commend you, Ambassador Timo Olkonen, for your presence, but more importantly, for the hard work that you and your team have put in the preparations for the launch of this important dialogue. I wish to also commend the presence of ambassadors and officials of EU member states accredited to the Republic of Zimbabwe, including those who came from as far afield as Pretoria. We really appreciate your presence here today. I would also like to acknowledge the presence here of my colleague, permanent secretaries, and senior officials from different ministries who are part of this important event today. Your Excellencies, permanent secretaries, and senior government officials. This event that brings us together marks another milestone in the government's re-engagement efforts, and indeed in the strengthening of relations between Zimbabwe and the European Union. As you are all aware, re-engagement, and particularly re-engagement with the European Union, is one of the foreign policy priorities of the government of the Republic of Zimbabwe. Looking back on the informal exchanges that we have held this year and a few years before, I am convinced that together we have laid the groundwork for a frank, constructive engagement on all issues aimed at further strengthening our relations. Your Excellencies, permanent secretaries, and senior government officials, through Vision 2030, the government, under the leadership of His Excellency, the President, has committed to steer this country to an upper middle income status by 2030. This is a huge task, but one that we believe is doable. We continue to count on the support of our European Union partners in this noble endeavor. As we will discuss today and in the future, the government is already making significant strides in political and economic reforms that are key to creating a conducive environment for business and, more importantly, to improving the lives of the people of Zimbabwe. Through this formal dialogue, we at the officials level have been given the task to come together as equal partners and jointly find ways of strengthening relations between Zimbabwe and the European Union. I believe that a stronger Zimbabwe-EU relationship would help to actualize Vision 2030 for the well-being of the people of Zimbabwe. It goes without saying that a strong and prosperous Zimbabwe will also be beneficial for the European Union, as this will broaden and deepen areas of mutual cooperation. As we exchange views on the agreed priority areas, namely economic development, trade and investment, climate change and its humanitarian impact, human rights, democratization, rule of law, and good governance, development cooperation, and regional and international cooperation. Let us engage in a forward-looking, frank, and constructive spirit. We should never be afraid of tackling hard issues in our relationship. But we should also always endeavor to build bridges and find a common ground on such matters. We should not fail in fulfilling the mandate that our principles have given us. I am convinced that dialogue is the best way to strengthen our relations and to build a deeper and clearer understanding of each other's views, priorities, values, and interests.